right, folks, we are down to the nitty gritty on this thing. I still got to do the seat and we got to do the carpet, but I don't think I can go today. We can't look into the casting of our wheels and stuff like that, like the center caps that I want to do. But I think I'm down to I'd like to just get this thing some primer on it. Would be really nice, just so I can get through that last stinking, whatever you call it, sand before we can paint the thing. I think that's where I'm gonna start. We're gonna have to get through that. I really want to do the seat, really do. But I'm holding off a little bit on that. Where'd we go? Guess we'll pop the top off. We're gonna tape up a few things. I gotta give it a really quick scuff. We have to do a little bit more body work. I'm seeing there's always something. Like there's some stuff here I gotta sand. I noticed some of the door edges. I don't know. I'm just gonna shut it off, shut my brain off at some point, and we're just gonna do it. The bumpers have taken a kick, and so I'm gonna have to. I'll probably pull them off. We're gonna scuff them. Give them another prime. I probably want to go through, sand them so I can get some paint on those, and just get some primer on the whole darn thing. I'd like to get primer on, get it sanded. That way I can touch up a lot of stuff. Because around here we've gotten some overspray and some things under the hood, so I'd like to get those touched up, cleaned up, and then when we get ready to paint it, like after primer, I want to touch these things up so that I can mask them all off so we don't get overspray into it. And much of the rest of the truck as well. For a lot of this, what I think I'm going to do is we're going to get it off the hoist because I think I'm done underneath. I got to do a little bit with the exhaust. I got to do those tips. I'm just going to zap those tips so they're in place. I don't think there's anything else under the truck. Like I say, my list is very short on things to do on here. We do have to address here yet, figure out what we're doing with the marker lights. Gotta make something, and I might just do the old, like the plexi that I did. Actually, I don't even know how those things look with how bright they are. I've never looked at that. This my headlights? Or my marker lights? So those are pretty bright. I did the LEDs because they were smaller and stuff, and we'll be able to cover up fairly easy. Maybe we'll start with that. I'm going to do the old plexi dealio that I was going to do, and just hit it with a little bit of, I think somebody was saying some white paint or something would work. I don't want them to be amber. I think white would look the best on those. So we'll hit those up. So then they're done, or at least made. Also on the fence too, whether these things should be painted white or green like the rest of the truck. I'm thinking they got to go green. And as I look here, I can see just some differences, some things that need to be sanded and whatnot. So we'll probably take these off. I'm going to prime them, fix a few dents in them. They're a little banged up. These poor things keep getting dropped on the ground. Yes, it's another bodywork video, but there's not very much. We're going to be pretty quick on that. And then we're going to move this thing off. I'm thinking I'm going to put it over on this side of the shop. We'll move Ryder's truck and a few things over here. And I'll probably throw this thing up on a scissor lift, just so I can paint it. Yes, we're going to paint it in the shop. That's what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to paint it this round. I might be still more scatterbrained, but yeah, hopefully we just get it. My goal is to get it in primer. That's where I'm going. And we'll see what else we got to do. There's a few little things we got to touch up and mess around with. So yeah, let's get going. prime and paint, we're gonna put the wheels under the hoist and we're gonna shuffle it over to this side. And away we go. All right, my reasoning for that is I don't want to just paint all over the hoist, and I have that little scissor lift I'm going to put over here, and then I'll quickly bring the truck back in, and then we can lift it on there, and then there's like nothing interfere when it comes to painting, sanding, doing stuff, because we're kind of finished under the truck. So that's my plan. Unreal how hot that is. That is unbelievably hot outside. Okay. There is a definite wall when you open the door there. Anyways, this thing is on its lift. This thing has come a long way. Ah, crap. Look at that. Exactly one of my exhaust hangers broke. Nice. Nice. Fix that right away here. The bolt broke. Anyways, this thing has come a long way. I'm noticing in here, we're gonna do some header wrap because this side's, well, it felt warm. My side felt way more warm. It's a little closer to the firewall there. Or my toe board. Look at that thing, eh? So we're gonna wrap that. But hey, You can see our bag, our shocks. We kind of got a little of everything going on here. All right. Well, we have the option. Well, I got to fix that thing. But I have the option to go up and down. So when it comes to painting, it's going to be nice because we can get underneath here and into some of the weird places, especially here. It's going to be the crazy one to try to blow paint into. So we'll probably, when the time comes, like I say, probably not this round, but we're probably going to have to try to get paint to get blown into there. And I might just do it prior to painting, just because I just almost want it in there and dried. But we'll have to get the top off, that off, and then everything's going to have to get masked here yet. But like this was all sanded, so it should be good other than the chaos that we've been doing engine work and doing stuff on here. So this needs a little scuff. It needs to be cleaned. I got to get some degreaser. But until then, we're going to, you can see all my little putty marks everywhere here. So this is like everything I found. I'm probably going to stare at it at this height one more time, go around, touch anything up that needs to be touched up, and then, you know, kind of work our way around. It's just crazy because you'll see spots like this, and then there's stuff here which is not really a bother, but, you know, if you're doing it, you may as well try to get it all, right? It's kind of the plan. Have to figure some way for my air chuck. I do kind of want this in the bed. It's A, that I can charge the tanks without having to run the compressors, and B, if I just need it on board, like air to fill a tire or do something, I have the option because, well, we got compressors in there, so why not, right? You hot, bud? You want some pets?
Is that what you want? You want some pets? You want a belly rub, that's what you want.
Well, and just like that, the hoist is over there. That's kind of out of the way. It's very easy to move. You just throw the wheels on, and like you can see. Anyways, I just wasn't going to get this thing full of paint. I toyed with the idea of putting poly on this and trying to make a booth, but it just wouldn't be far enough around and all that stuff. So anyways, I'm just going to get started doing some sanding, and we'll see where we get here in a little bit. It is hot. I might actually have to put some shorts on. Well, now, I think we are as far as we're gonna get. I got a little bit more to go. I got a few more touch-ups with the spot putty, but overall, it looks like I've resanded the whole thing. I kind of scuffed over because I had spots, you know, where we had touched, and there were some things that needed some more refining, even though Carl and Elio and I all were, and Ryder, there's a bunch of us that were sanding on here. So we got a lot of it. I just went around and I'm just fine tuning some stuff here and finding some more pinholes and things like that. So I'm just hitting those, hitting all the edges, just trying to get them good. Really, my goal is to prime it. I want to sand it one more time. I tried with the guys trying to do it at 240, but it was too much. So we're hitting it at 180, 120. So it basically just needs a little more primer. And while I have it all at eye level everywhere, because I keep lifting and lowering it, it's kind of easy to spot some of the stuff, and may as well just, I'm here, I may as well do it to the best I can possibly do. So yeah, so that's where it is. This makes it mighty handy to do that because you don't have anything in the way, so you can get right up and close, get underneath. This will be nice to paint once I kind of mask off everywhere that I don't want to get sprayed, and then we can drape down, shoot some paint. Pretty much to the stage I'm going to need help. I'm going to now, even though I just put it on, got to get that off. We got to get the top off so that I can tape up the door jambs. And not too worried about the hood part because I think once I prime it, then we're going to go around touch up paint in those spots. But in the bed, because we did paint it, so then if I take the top off, we can tape along the edge and then basically mask this, kind of cover up all the holes. Got to get this off. We'll fill that. Yeah, getting there. Won't be too bad. So once I get the top off, then I'm going to be able to get that part scuffed and sanded, because I think I want to just prime along the top here a little bit because it's got pretty chewed up with on and off of this top and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm just going to finish up a little bit of sanding and I don't know, maybe call a few buddies, see if they can give me a hand to do a few things, mask up some stuff maybe, I don't know, or I'll wait till Esther gets home and get her to give me a hand and we'll put the top somewhere. Maybe I'll put it with the Chevelle over here when we cover it up when I go to give that thing a prime. Well, I got pretty much everything all taped up. Got the bumpers all sanded. I really want a mask in there, but I'm gonna tear a lot of this off to remask when I paint, because I'm just worried dust is gonna get everywhere. So this is kind of just temporary. That's kind of temporary because I don't care too much on top. I do want to just spritz a little bit of primer over this, which reminds me I got to scuff this thing. I haven't done that. So we'll give this a scuff because I'd like to put primer over that gray sealer that I put in there. Get that out of the way. Everything just get a coat. We don't need a lot of primer, but we need enough that we don't burn through it. That's kind of my thought. Yeah, there's not too much else to say. I forgot those. Dang it. All right, we're gonna dig in here because you can imagine how much primer and paint's just gonna blow straight into the box. Gonna mask those up. I'm just waiting. I touched up a few little spots, so I'm waiting for that stuff to dry so I can do a little bit of sanding. And well, I think we're about ready for primer. Should be the last round. Unfortunately, I think I have to leave it sit for a while, but I got to do some more masking. I got to cover up that thing. I got my tonneau cover and my top over there. I got to cover that up. Everything else won't be too bad. We got a little bit of dust on everything. That should stop that. Once I get the primer on, then we'll have to give it one more sand, but hopefully I can just fog this whole place with conch and kill the flies. I think those are the worst things we're going to get in the paint. They're those buggers. Although the place is big, but they seem to attract themselves always to fresh paint. Anyways, yeah, just wait for some stuff to dry and we'll continue sanding. And then I guess we'll start mixing up some primer and give her a shot. Well, I'm all cleaned up. Truck is in its last coat of primer. Pretty happy about that. I think we'll have to let it sit for a day or so. And then commence the sanding again. This one won't be too bad, other than that was a bad batch of primer, same as before. I didn't have any filters, so I kind of ran it through a mesh. But the more you keep staring, I keep seeing some more little bugs that we'll have to address. Like, you know, there's a little spot there, and I don't know. There's a few spots. I'm not gonna go too zany about it, but you know the old saying: if you see it, it's gonna. Well, usually it's if you can feel it, you can see it. But if you can see it, it's there. Anyways, next round is, well, it's going to be some sanding and hopefully some paint. That's the goal. We're going to paint. I have to, the next day or so, I got to get some bug balm and we're just going to balm the whole shop here. Let it sit. That way we can do this. I have to get some tack rags and some wax and grease or wax and something. We got to get some of that stuff. Degreaser, there we go. All of that stuff, and we're gonna remask. I'll probably get some better paper so we can actually, better paper, some better tape. A lot of this I'm gonna tear it all off and I want to redo it. I just don't want to risk anything getting blown up. I noticed down here by the bottom of the doors, I probably didn't do a very good job. So I had to lay on some more primer because I think some dust kind of blew out from under the door into there. So yeah, I think there's always going to be something, and I think I just got to commit and we got to do it. But that'll get us super close. From that point on, I got to do upholster the seat. We got to do some carpet. I have to fix some gauges. I bought those gauges. I put them in. The guy did say the oil gauge worked. The temp gauge works, so that's good, because the other one didn't. But my fuel gauge doesn't work, and neither does the amp gauge, so you could tell he was playing in there. So something must be messed up. I have a car outside, so I can go steal one out of there. That won't be a problem. What else is there? I think there's too much else. I want to wrap the exhaust there, because it's kind of taut on the floor, but hey, we're reaching the end here very soon. Oh yeah, we're going to do those caps. And a buddy of mine, he had done one, and I want to see if my mold is better. I had lost this one cap, and I was talking about that before. So I had made another one. It's pretty good, but we could make it better yet. Anyway, we'll save that for another round. But so, as always, folks, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Or hopefully this thing goes green. Later.